Vanakkam, Vadaram, Namaste, Namaskar, good evening, Sat Sri Akal, and welcome to Postmortem. Enlightenment begins here. Dear all, you're listening to Radio Udaan, a flight of life. This is Bala Nagendran. Your postmortem specialist has come with another impartial analysis to place in front of all of you on your most enlightening show, Postmortem. 60 minutes of enlightenment will take you across the ocean called the world of knowledge. I hope all of you have been swayed with fog of Bermuda Triangle. And today we are going to see another important issue that requires careful dissection. And that's why it is now in the hands of Postmortem. Enlightenment begins here. Only on Radio Udaan, a flight of life. www.radioudaan.com, www.radioudaan.com has more enticing, enchanting things for all of you. You can know more about us, you can follow our day-to-day operations, you can download the playlist, you can become an RJ by filling up the form interested to become RJ. Besides all, you can contribute in the better progress of your flight of life in the better way possible by means of submission of your feedback. If you're listening to Postmortem now, if you want to feel the ecstasy of being a part of enlightenment, pretty simple. After 10 o'clock tonight, go to www.radioudaan.com, find the link, submit feedback, select the show Postmortem with Bala Nagendran, and rate the show as per what you feel with regard to the quality of content, quality of presentations, and the quality of enlightenment that you have received in you after 60 minutes of dissection. Apart from that, we have another exhilarating thing for all Udanites. The only requirement is that you should be a passionate singer. You should believe in your voice that it has the ability to kiss the souls across borders. If you feel that you are that soul, then Udaan Idol is for you. To know more about Udaan Idol, a talent hunt musical extravaganza, just go to www.radioudaan.com/Udaan Idol to find the details and to make yourself to be a part of Idols of Radio Udaan in terms of singing. Make your voice be heard by us. Pour your exhilaration on us through Udaan Idol. Apart from that, we are on social media as well. Facebook.com/Radio Udaan will take you to our official page and group where you can put your incisive indictments, valued thoughts and ideas and suggestions in the better progress in the development of Radio Udaan, as well as you can follow us on Twitter to know our day-to-day operations at Radio Udaan is our Twitter handle. You can also text your favorite RJ at the time of your favorite shows. For instance, if you're listening to Postmortem and if you want to add some more content to today's proceedings, you are most welcome to Skype me. Skype ID is Radio Udaan, RADIOUDAA, and I am on Skype now. I repeat, RADIOUDAA, and Radio Udaan is our Skype ID, and we are looking forward to your participation in any means possible. Tune into Play Store if you want to have Udaan at your palms. If you want smart Udaan, yes, we are smart enough to be in the Google Play Store. Go to Google Play Store and download Radio Udaan Android app and enjoy Radio Udaan 24/7. That is 4 hours of live entertaining shows, 4 hours of its re-webcast, and 16 hours of special segments, transmissions, Kavi Sammelan, and mellifluous musical extravaganza. You can also listen to the re-webcast of Postmortem tomorrow, 4 to 5 p.m. Well, it's 9:05 on the clock. It's time for us to delve into the proceedings of what's gonna be the dissection for today's enlightenment. Today we are going to talk about another impartial issue. However, we have been too partial towards it. We are going to talk about the benefactors of us, the human species. We are going to talk about who is giving us this opportunity of existence. Without them, we are nothing. Without them, our existence could have been a distant daydream. Without them, we could not have seen the process called technological development, or even we could not have deciphered the origin of species. What we are going to talk about is about we being the dependent of these breadwinners. Perhaps I must say with utmost respect, we are going to talk about the breadwinners for us and the bread providers for us. But the million-dollar question is, are we consuming too much from them? We are going to answer tonight. The benefactors of human race, human species, are none other than the flora and fauna, the animals and the plants. Of course, we are going to talk about the monkeys, our forefathers, but today it's not going to be in specificity with that of monkeys. We will have it another day, but as of now it's time for us to conduct a post-mortem on a bigger issue, that is wildlife. Especially India, the world's largest democracy, the world's second largest populous nation on the planet, the world's fastest growing economy, at the same time one of the world's precious tropical regions to have possessed such a magnanimous biodiversity. We are going to talk about India and world wildlife, but in specificity to that of India's commitment to protection, safeguard and prevention of wildlife from being harassed thanks to anthropogenic activities. The recent convening of World Conference on Environment by the National Green Tribunal of India is the cause which given the effect to have been launched today from 9 to 10 p.m. on your most enlightening show, Postmortem with Bala Nagendran. We are going to talk about A to Z of wildlife in India. Remember, India is a magnanimous region. India has been cherished with natural gift. You can find desert, you can find valleys, you can find coast, you can find plateaus, you can find mountains, you can find big, deep trenches and gorges. You can find rivers, you can find waterfalls, you can find lakes, you can find ponds. I'm talking about the natural phenomenon, barring the artificial buildings of mankind in terms of man-made lakes and man-made reservoirs, which has literally killed the flow of nature. Everything is matter. Everything in the world is matter. From nothing to a giant blue whale, everything contains matter. Whenever there is a collision between a matter and the antimatter, catastrophe begins. Remember, that's why 20th and the 21st centuries are the most brutal centuries which the Mother Earth has ever experienced. In the name of war, in the name of imperialism, in the name of scientific excavation, in the name of development, in the name of industrialization, in the name of becoming the superpower among us have triggered a horrific, diabolical harassment on the body corpse of Earth, for which we are reaping an inevitable consequences and repercussions without remembering our next generation. Sustainable development is still in papers alone, and that's what triggered us to be coming with the need to conduct autopsy on India and wildlife. Stay tuned to Radio Udaan. Keep listening to Radio Udaan. This is Postmortem with Bala Nagendra. Today we are going to talk about India and wildlife.
बदलता दो जहां हम पहुंचाएंगे आपकी आवाज सरकार तक। बदलता दो जो देता है आपको जानकारी अपनी कम्युनिटी में होने वाले तमाम इंसिडेंट्स। सुनते रहिए बदलता दो डिस्कशन रेडियो उड़ान पर हर रविवार रात को 9 से 10 और सोमवार 4 से 5 सिर्फ और सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर। मेरा टॉवल कहां पर पड़ा हुआ है?
महात्मा गांधी, जिन्हें हम राष्ट्रपिता के नाम से भी जानते हैं।
यार तू 24 घंटे ब्रेल पढ़ता रहता है, कभी कंप्यूटर पे भी पढ़ लिया कर, तभी तो तुम लोगों के नंबर नहीं आते।
मैं तो भैया दोनों से पढ़ता हूँ, लेकिन ज्यादा मजा मुझे ब्रेल पढ़ने से ही आता है।
हमको नहीं मजा आता ब्रेल से। यार अभी एग्जाम देने जाना है तो मैं फटाफट से एक बार एक लुक ले लेता हूँ। ये कंप्यूटर क्यों नहीं चल रहा मेरा? ओ ये कंप्यूटर क्यों नहीं चल रहा?
अबे कंप्यूटर कहाँ से चलेगा, लाइट चली गई है।
उफ, अब मैं कैसे पढ़ूं?
काश आपने समय पर ब्रेल सीख ली होती तो आज इतनी परेशानियों का सामना न करना पड़ता। ब्रेल दृष्टिबाधितों के लिए उतनी ही महत्वपूर्ण और आवश्यक है जितनी कि टेक्नोलॉजी। ब्रेल इज अ की टुवर्ड्स इंडिपेंडेंट लाइफ फॉर द ब्लाइंड।
रेडियो उड़ान द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
गीत गाता चल ओ साथे गुनगुनाता चल।
मधुर संगीत
मधुबन खुशबू देता है।
कलाकारों के जीवन की रोमांचक बातें।
कि पहले के दुनिया मुझ पर हंसे, मैं इसका गला घोट दूंगा।
मेरा गला घोटने से अगर आप दुनिया की हंसी रोक सकते हैं तो घोट दीजिए मेरा गला।
चुप बेशरम, तूने तो खानदान की नाक कटा दी।
और पर्दे के पीछे की कई सुनी और अनसुनी कहानियां।
गीत गाता चल ओ साथ।
सुनना न भूलिए प्रोग्राम गीत गाता चल मेरे यानी आरजे भूषण के साथ बुधवार रात 10 से 11 और पुनः प्रसारण गुरुवार शाम 5 से 6 आपके चहीते और फेवरेट ऑनलाइन रेडियो स्टेशन रेडियो उड़ान पर। रेडियो उड़ान पर। रेडियो उड़ान पर।
न फिक्र करो बीते लम्हों की कि कल का सूरज निकलना बाकी है। मिल जाएंगी मंजिलें आपको हमेशा कि आपके हौसलों की उड़ान बाकी है। सुनते रहिए रेडियो उड़ान, द फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
India, located at an important place on the planet, receives substantial benefits. As I've said in the past link, we have everything. That's why India is a miniature of globe. If you want to experience the globe, simply tour India. You can find the snow, at the same time you can find a hot, gut-wrenching desert. You can find the coastal plains, at the same time you can find green, lush, fertile valleys. You can find the perennial rivers, at the same time you can find dried river paths. You can find minerals, you can find rocks that are lethal. You can find a small ant, and as well as you can find the largest mammal on the land, Indian elephant. You can find everything that is needed to be witnessed across the globe. Indian climatic conditions with such a flexibility provides such an immense opportunity to experience the biodiversity. Without biodiversity, India could have been one of the worst places, even worse than sub-Saharan Africa. Despite water shortage, despite seasonal monsoon failures, despite agricultural crisis, despite, India survives thanks to the existence and evolution of biodiversity, especially the wildlife. As of now, 23% of the nation's coverage is wild. It is India's ambitious program to increase the wildlife coverage or the forest coverage up to 33% of its land area within 2030, and the ambitious projects have been put in place. Various measures have been taken by the government, but that's a different ball game altogether. It's time for us to know about the basic tenets of wildlife in India. Let's not forget that we have also been a part of India's wildlife. Since time immemorial, we have been roaming without dress, with complete nakedness, to find food, to hunt the animals to eat. At that time we had no masalas, we had no chili powder, pepper powder, salt, sugar, nothing. Hunt the animal and eat. When the man has found his very good friend, wheel, and another twin friend, fire, evolution began. The real science has begun to be known to man when he has found wheel and fire, which helped him to move from one place to another, as well as to just heat and grill whatever he is hunting. After the times have passed, man began to feel that his nakedness gives him a kind of a feeling. It may be of embarrassment, thanks to the size variations, pun intended. And at the same time, he or she began to utilize the animal skins and the leaves of the trees to guard their body. Not only to show that they are civilized or they have the sixth sense, but to safeguard them from the insects, from the pathogens, from the parasites, as well as from the enemy animals. Now we are living in the city. We are chasing the animals out. Remember, our ancestors have lived with them. In fact, those animals that we are chasing away from our land, and those animals on whose areas we are enveloping right now in the name of industrialization and development, we must remember that they are our forefathers. At present, India has a precious biodiversity distribution. Before delving into such data, it's necessary to know what is meant by biodiversity. It simply says biological diversity. The presence of different biological elements in a single place is called its biodiversity. For example, there is forest A, in which there are 100 tigers and 100 deers. In forest B, there are 50 lions, 50 tigers and 100 deers. In forest C, there are 50 tigers, 50 lions, 40 deers, 30 buffaloes and 30 bears. Now tell me, which is the most biodiversity area? Forest A or forest B or forest C? Without a doubt, forest C is highly biodiversity area. Although all the three forests have 200 animal species in terms of quantity, the diversion, the different kinds of animals is higher in forest C. This is what biodiversity. Mammals, reptiles, insects, animals, avians, and more, including bacteria, virus, fungi, algae, and so forth. All these things include biodiversity. The biodiversity is heavy in the tropical regions and poor in the pole regions. We all know why, because of the merciless snow and the cold climatic regions. Sunlight and humidity, atmospheric pressure are the significance behind the determination of biodiversity. The positional variance also determines the available biodiversity. That's why Europe is the continent without desert, because of its topological, or in layman language, geographical location. Now we knew what is meant by biodiversity. It's time for us to know how India is precious in terms of biodiversity. India is one of the 18 mega biodiverse countries. Previously it was 17 and now it is 18. India is one among them. In fact, India has been a long shot added member of mega diverse countries. According to the recent release of data by IUCN, World Conservation Union, CITES, and many other agencies, it is now known that India possesses 7.6% of mammals, 6.2% of the reptiles, 6% of the insects, 12.4% of the aviation or birds, and more than 13% of flora, that is plants, under its kitty. Remember, all these under this 23% of forest cover. What we need to know now, we have such a vast presence of biodiversity: 7.6% of mammals, 6.2% of reptiles, 6% of insects, 12.4% of aviations, and 13% of plants. Doesn't mean a mean amount. It is one of the significant portion of biodiversity under the lap of India. However, the degradation and deep down destruction is taking place without mercy. We are crossing the limit and we are testing the patience. That's why we're witnessing the man and animal conflict. We'll tell you more about the initiatives taken by the international bodies and the initiatives taken by India, such as Project Tiger, Project Crocodile, and many more in coming links. Till then, stay tuned to Radio Udaan. Keep listening to Radio Udaan. You are listening to Post-Mortem. Enlightenment begins with Bana Gendran.
नैब इंडिया यानी नेशनल एसोसिएशन फॉर द ब्लाइंड इंडिया की सबसे पुरानी संस्था है जहां दृष्टिहीनों के लिए शिक्षा, रोजगार और पुनर्वसन की सेवा दी जाती है।
नैब इंडिया पर संपर्क करने के लिए हमें ईमेल करें hsg@nabindia.info पर। आप हमें कॉल भी कर सकते हैं। हमारा नंबर है 02266838637।
Debate is a passion. Debate is an obsession. Debate. It's time to take a stand. Do you think you have an upper hand? Then let's debate every controversial matter in Badalta Do. Every Saturday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. only and only on Radio Udaan.
हर वीकेंड आप सबका कोई ना कोई नया प्लान तो होता ही होगा ना। कभी फिल्म तो कभी यूं ही सिटी की सेंट्रल पार्क के बाहर सेल्फीज खींचना, या फिर कुछ भी मन न करे तो घर बैठे बैठे अपनी पसंद का खाना ऑर्डर कर लो। आपको पता है, हम जैसे कई लोगों के लिए तो आपका ये वाला प्लान भी पॉसिबल नहीं होता, लेकिन अब डेफिनेटली होगा। मेरा नाम मधु है, मैं देख नहीं सकती, आई एम विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड, बट यू नो व्हाट, नाउ गुड फूड टॉक्स।
अगर आप नहीं समझे तो हम बताते हैं। गुड फूड टॉक्स है इंडिया का पहला एक्सेसिबल रेस्टोरेंट फाइंडर एंड मेन्यू रीडिंग ऐप, खास दृष्टिहीन, कम दृष्टि, बुजुर्ग, डिस्लेक्सिक और ऑटिस्टिक दोस्तों के लिए। अब आप अपने मोबाइल, टैबलेट और कंप्यूटर पे कभी भी कहीं भी अपने आसपास के रेस्टोरेंट का नाम, एड्रेस, फोन नंबर और मेन्यू आसानी से पढ़ सकते हैं। बस गुड फूड टॉक्स ऐप एंड्रॉइड प्ले स्टोर से डाउनलोड करें। अ सक्षम एंड रेडियो मिर्ची इनिशिएटिव, लोकेशन पार्टनर बारबेक्यू नेशन।
विकलांगों की आवश्यकताओं के अनुरूप समाज में बाधा रहित निर्माण ही है विकलांगजनों के लिए सहज जीवन का एहसास।
सहज सुगम विकलांग का जीवन, समय की है आवाज यही, सुगम्य भारत अभियान सफल हो, सरकार का है प्रयास यही।
सार्वजनिक भवनों, सरकारी कार्यालयों, स्कूल, अस्पताल, पुलिस स्टेशन आदि के साथ साथ विभिन्न परिवहन व्यवस्थाओं जैसे रेलवे स्टेशन, बस स्टॉप, एयरपोर्ट आदि को विकलांग जनों की आवश्यकताओं के अनुरूप सुगम बनाया जा रहा है,
ताकि दृष्टि बाधित, श्रवण बाधित तथा अन्य विकलांगजन बाधा रहित जीवन के सुखद एहसास से गुजर सके।
अधिक जानकारी www.disabilityaffairs.gov.in से हासिल करें।
सुगम्य भारत, सशक्त भारत,
विकलांग जन सशक्तिकरण विभाग, भारत सरकार।
कभी महक की तरह हम गुलों से उड़ते हैं, कभी धुएं की तरह पर्वतों से उड़ते हैं। ये कैचियां हमें उड़ने से खाक रोकेंगी कि हम परों से नहीं हौसलों से उड़ते हैं। जी हां दोस्तों, आप भी जुड़ जाइए हमारे साथ, अपने ख्वाबों की उड़ान लिए, अपनी कल्पनाओं की उड़ान लिए, अपनी ख्वाहिशात की उड़ान लिए। लॉग ऑन कीजिए www.radioudan.com और चलिए हमारे साथ एक कभी न खत्म होने वाले सफर पर, जिसका नाम है रेडियो उड़ान।
Welcome back to Postmortem Enlightenment Begins with Balanagandran on Radio One of Flight of Life. Today we are dissecting, or today we are providing you an impartial analysis of India and wildlife. As we have been speaking about such a significant contribution that India pays to the world in terms of biodiversity, it is necessary to safeguard the living creatures. In the name of development, in the name of industrialization, in the name of deep down understanding of the misconceptions that the animals are to be hunted for the better benefits of man, merciless slaughter has begun. Remember, 40,000 tigers, I mean it, 40,000 tigers were there 150 years ago in India. Even despite the leisure of the Mughals. Mughals' leisure is expressed when they hunt down the tigers, when they hunt down the leopards and cheetahs. Even King or Emperor Akbar has grown one cheetah by himself. Despite all that, 40,000 tigers were roaming in India 150 years ago. Now, we are in a precarious position. We are in the motion of utter silly census. As of now, just 2,622 tigers. Why do we need to care about tigers while human beings are dying, gentlemen? Could be your decent, matured question, but I am here to answer. Tiger is one of the keystone species. Tiger is the topmost species in the food chain. If tiger is destroyed, the entire food chain would collapse. The wildlife would collapse. And thus, ultimately, we would suffer to the best of nature's ability. That's why Albert Einstein said once upon a time, I quote, if honeybees are extinct from the world, we have 4 more years for our planets, which means if honeybees are destroyed, the earth is extinct. Sounds naive, isn't it? But believe me, this is what truth. Because honeybee is also a keystone species. Then what is this keystone species? Keystone species is the one with which the survival or the expansion and the evolution of other biological organisms depends upon. For example, unless there are honeybees to extract honey from the filaments or honey from the flowers, there won't be pollination to that rapid level. Pollination occurs in various ways: weathering, wind flow, water flow, birds. But honeybees are the prominent and the dominant spectators of pollinating and helping mankind to witness lush growth of plants. If it extincts, that's it. Flowers have to die without mercy. And on the other hand, tiger. Tiger is an important species, the topmost predator in the food chain. Because if tiger has to live, the deers and its prey must live. If tiger is dead, the rapid growth, rapid population of the prey will exist without its predator, and thus it could harm the biological balance and the energy flow. Remember, 1/10 of the energy is what being consumed by the ultimate primary consumer to the topmost consumer. For example, if grass has 1000 kilograms of energy, 1000 calories of energy for instance, if it is consumed by deer and the deer is eaten by the tiger will only get 100 calories from the deer, not the 1100 calories including that of the grass which was eaten by the deer. This is how the tropic of food chain is situated. Only 10% will be the one that is going to be transmitted from one to another. With that 10%, the biological balance has to be maintained if we want to survive, as per the concept of Charles Darwin, survival of the fittest. Another important keystone species are the phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons, we all have been hearing about the coral bleachings, which leads to the death of phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons are the major source of food for the species of fish and many marine organisms including polar bears, seals, turtles and many more. If phytoplanktons are dead, then the rest of the species that are dependent upon phytoplankton will also be dead. That's why there has to be a protection of coral reefs from bleaching. Such a voice is witnessed nowadays, thanks to rising of oceanic temperature. All these are due to our lack of concentration on the protection of wildlife. Especially in terms of India, we are facing the wrath of nature for the past decade, so brutal than ever. Water scarcity has become imminent. People are killing each other because of hunger and malnutrition. Health hazards has become a common thing for all. All these are due to our lethargic and senseless attack on biodiversity. What are the initiatives that have been taken by India? We all have come to be aware of what is biodiversity and what is a keystone species. It is time for us to know what are the initiatives taken by India, what are the agencies under which India has ratified itself. We all need to know about CITES, C-I-T-E-S, Convention on the International Trade of Endangered Species of Flora and Fauna, CITES, that has been signed that has came to force in the year 1970s, and that have been widely acknowledged by majority of the nations that are the members of the United Nations, and thus CITES presents the trade of endangered species. You cannot trade tiger's skin, meat or bone for any particular reason from India. That is of higher offense as per CITES, as well as the Environmental Protection Act, as well as under the Project Tiger. I'll let you know more about the initiatives taken by India to protect its wildlife, but in the next link, only on Radio Udaan, Flight of Life. Stay tuned. It's time for us to be responsible citizens, not only in the development of India in terms of economy, but in terms of biodiversity as well. Unless until there is a vision towards the development of our fellow peers of species, we are not going to be successful species in terms of development. Everything has to be developed, including the lives of our benefactors that are the flora and fauna of the country. Stay tuned to Radio Udaan, Flight of Life. You're listening to Postmortem Enlightenment Begins with Balanagan, and today we are providing you an impartial analysis of India and wildlife.
रेडियो उड़ान और मित्र ज्योति ने एक ब्रेल मैगजीन लॉन्च की है जिसका नाम है इनसाइट।
इस ब्रेल मैगजीन में आपको पढ़ने के लिए मिलेंगे एजुकेशन, हेल्थ, टेक्नोलॉजी, बिजनेस, लाइफस्टाइल, स्पोर्ट्स और तमाम सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड बेहतरीन आर्टिकल्स।
ये एक क्वार्टरली मैगजीन है जो आपको साल में हर 3 महीने के बाद उपलब्ध करवाई जाएगी।
इस मैगजीन का सालाना शुल्क है 100 रुपए और इसे प्राप्त करने के लिए आज ही अपना एड्रेस मेल करें
admin.office@mitrajyoti.org पर admin.o@mitrajyoti.org कॉल कर सकते हैं 8022587623 पर।
हैप्पी रीडिंग।
रेडियो उड़ान सुन रहे सभी मित्रों को मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम मधु सिंघल है। मैं बेंगलोर में कार्यरत संस्था मित्र ज्योति, जो पिछले 25 वर्षों से दृष्टिहीनों एवं दूसरे विकलांग व्यक्तियों के लिए कार्यरत है, उसकी मैनेजिंग ट्रस्टी हूँ। इस संस्था की गतिविधियाँ इस प्रकार हैं। यहाँ पर दृष्टिहीनों के लिए ऑडियो में पुस्तकें रिकॉर्ड की जाती हैं। इसके साथ साथ ब्रेल में और स्कैन्ड पुस्तकें भी उनको दी जा रही हैं। कंप्यूटर प्रशिक्षण और रोजगार की सुविधाएं भी यहाँ प्रदान की जा रही हैं। दृष्टिहीन महिलाओं के लिए एक विशेष प्रकार का कोर्स चलाया जाता है, जिसमें उन्हें आत्मनिर्भर बनकर जीवन में आगे बढ़ने की क्षमता प्रदान की जा रही है। आप मित्र ज्योति से संपर्क कर सकते हैं। यहाँ का फोन नंबर है 08022587623 और 22587625। ईमेल एड्रेस है admin.office@mitrajyoti.org। वेबसाइट है www.mitrajyoti.org।
आलू है, गोभी है, मटर, टमाटर।
आलू है, गोभी है, मटर, टमाटर बाबूजी एकदम बढ़िया ताजा है।
सेब है एकदम मीठा सेब बाबूजी, एकदम मीठा सेब ले लो।
अरे बाबूजी सेब ले लो, सेब एकदम मीठे हैं, बढ़िया एकदम।
ले लो बाबूजी।
अरे भैया ये सेब का भाव दिए?
अरे बाबूजी ले लो, 120 रुपए किलो हैं।
अच्छे हैं?
अरे एकदम बढ़िया बाबूजी, कश्मीरी सेब हैं।
अच्छा 2 किलो दे दो।
दे रहे हैं बाबूजी अभी। ले बाबूजी।
अरे रे 1 मिनट, तुम इन्हें पॉलीथीन में क्यों पैक कर रहे हो? ये बहुत खतरनाक होती है, क्या तुम्हें पता नहीं है?
बाबूजी ये कैसे?
देखो, जब हम इन पन्नियों का यूज करते हैं तो इसमें रखा सामान खाने योग्य नहीं होता। दूसरा, जब हम इसे फेंकते हैं तो पशु पक्षियों के लिए भी खतरनाक साबित होता है। पानी में डालें तो पानी को भी दूषित करता है और साथ ही साथ हमारी नन्ही नन्ही मछलियां इसमें फंस जाती हैं, जिससे उनका दम घुट जाता है। या फिर हम इन पॉलीथीन बैग्स को जलाएं तो उससे निकलने वाली गैस जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड से हमारी स्वच्छ वायु दूषित हो जाती है। तो ऐसी खतरनाक चीज का हम उपयोग क्यों करें भला?
सही कहा बाबूजी आपने। अब हम कबहू ना प्लास्टिक का थैला इस्तेमाल करीब। अब तो हम हमेशा कपड़े का थैला इस्तेमाल करीब और पन्नी का भी इस्तेमाल नहीं करीब।
दोस्तों ये तो समझ गए, और आप नहीं समझे तो समझ जाइए।
रेडियो उड़ान द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Visit on www.radioudan.com।
प्रतिभा की पहचान,
प्रज्ञा की मुस्कान,
सबलांगों का साथी, ये है रेडियो उड़ान।
रेडियो उड़ान के प्रोग्राम्स की जानकारी के लिए, शोज में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, किसी भी शो को फीडबैक देने के लिए, आर्काइव रिक्वेस्ट करने के लिए, आरजे बनने के लिए और अपने फेवरेट आरजेस की प्रोफाइल्स पढ़ने के लिए लॉग ऑन करें www.radioudan.com। स्काइप आईडी रेडियो उड़ान, ईमेल mail@radioudan.com। रेडियो उड़ान, a flight of life।
Welcome to the live segment of Postmortem Enlightenment begins with Balanangedran on Radio Udaan of Flight of Life. Today we are dissecting India and wildlife. As we've been speaking, the initiatives taken by India. India has been one of the pioneers in safeguarding the environment. India has provided an implicit understanding of the necessity to protect the environment since the framing of its constitutions. In the year 1976, India had vociferously told to the international community that it is dedicated and commitment towards the excellence in environmental conservation by means of amendment into the directive principles of state policies under Article 48A that talks about the environment conservation and the biodiversity safeguard. Similarly, under Article 51A, it has been inducted as one of the duties of the citizens of the country to safeguard the biodiversity and wildlife, forests, lakes, and the natural beings. Not only that, India has ratified various international agreements, organizations, and commitments like CITES, UNDP, UNEP, and many more, including Kyoto Protocol, Nagoya Protocol, Conference of Parties, the Conference of Biological Diversity, and so forth. India has even hosted many of these, including CITES, Conference of Parties, Conference of Biodiversity, CITES, UNEP, Environmental Conservation, IUCN, World Conservation Union, etc. The International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, needs to be emphasized here because that's the organization, or that's the body of organization which releases the status of the species. The recent status of species were released in the 20th Earth Summit of Rio de Janeiro. IUCN releases Red Data Book, Orange and Green Data Book. The most prominent among them is Red Data Book. The Red Data List contains 9 items, 9 contents, under which the species are specified. The 9th content was not evaluated, which means the government hasn't allotted substantial fund and the species could possibly enter into the position of being vulnerable or threatened or endangered, critically endangered, extinct. However, it is necessary to note that the not evaluated species are major in terms of its presence. Apart from that, there are 8 other areas of Red Data List that are of serious concerns, according to which the policies of the government is shaped. For instance, you cannot have exhibitions or trade on a species that is critically endangered. Critically endangered status is one of the most precarious positions to be in. We hope that the human species won't be in that place. However, the process of evolution is undeniable and we should be extinct at least once. It may happen million years from now or billion years from now, but it is unquestionably, absolutely, 100% true that human species would also be extinct. What we need to do now, that's why we need to act with responsibility. We have to protect our benefactors, our bread givers. Tiger is our bread giver. Never say that tiger is an animal and we are the sixth sense. We are also the animal. The only difference is we are walking on 2 legs and wearing dress, and they are walking on 4 legs without dress. However, it is necessary to understand that the biodiversity protection is the only solution to what we are facing as of now. Unforgiving floods, snowfalls, merciless rainfalls, monsoon failures, drought, oceanic temperature rise, sea level increase, and at the same time, the extinction of species. Remember, Indian cheetah is no more. Cheetah is no more in India. What we have is a leopard. Cheetah is completely extinct. And on the other hand, we have some species that are called sentinel species. Sentinel species are like frogs. The presence of frogs ensures the availability of biodiversity. Where there is no biodiversity, there won't be frogs. So whenever you see a frog, just thank our forefather, because they are 70 million years old, more than us, far more than us. The presence of frogs and the availability of its number resembles whether the place is biodiversity or not. Thus, India is doing its best to prevent the biodiversity from being harassed. It has ratified CITES, Convention on International Trade on Endangered Species of Flora and Fauna, according to which India has created Appendix 1, Appendix 2 and Appendix 3. What is this? Appendix 1 talks about the significance of species that are of paramount significance for the prevalence of biodiversity, like tiger, crocodile, elephant, and so forth. Thus, India completely bans the trade of these animals. You cannot trade tiger, you cannot trade crocodile, you cannot trade elephant, you cannot trade one-horned rhinoceros. Appendix 2 is a little bit liberal part in terms of trade. However, a necessary competent authority has to certify that the trade on these species would not hamper its prevalence, would not put the species into the vulnerable positions of being extinct. Appendix 3 talks about the trade that is more liberal than the above. Appendix 1 completely bans. Appendix 2 gives, but with certification and supervision. Appendix 3 grants you the trade. However, you have to make sure that that trade has no harm on the species. Thus, India has launched Project Tiger just to make sure that tigers are being protected. Project Crocodile to safeguard the endangered crocodile population. Project Elephant, and even India proclaimed elephant to be the national heritage animal. And thus, elephants are being treated with dignity, as Indian elephant is one of the largest species on the planet, which is rare in other parts. The Asiatic lions are only being found in Gir forests of Gujarat. Some of them have been transported to Madhya Pradesh recently to make sure that their survival is ensured, because the frequent man and animal conflicts are prone to the death of the species. That too, in Gir forest, the Asiatic lion population is a staggering 400. Any outbreak of a disease or forest fire has the capacity to end this species. To prevent such horrific incident, the transportation of few lions into various parts of the reserve forests, especially to Madhya Pradesh, has been appreciated and commended. %65% of India's population are below the age of 35, and thus it is necessary to listen to the voice of the youth. Let's stop raping our Mother Earth. Let's stop the assault. Let's think for our next generation. Let's give some space to our forefathers, our benefactors, tigers, frogs, leopards, deers, elephants, lions, and so forth. Let's live and let others live. With a note, it's time for me to leave and to provide a way for the RJ to carry on from 10 to 11. I'll meet you all Sunday 8 to 9 p.m. on your most informative show world this week. Till then, take care of yourself. If possible, take care of others. Write to me on www.radioudaan.com/feedback to make your postmortem better than the best in coming episodes. I'll meet you next Wednesday 9 to 10 p.m. with another impartial analysis. Till then, take care of yourself and if possible, take care of others. Surely, try to take care of our predecessors, our forefathers, that are the animals. Good night, buenas noches. Here comes Save the Nature. Vanakkam.
ये जमीन देख रहे हो, हम इस पर अपना होटल बनाएंगे। पर साहिब, ये हरे भरे पेड़, अरे इन्हें काट के हटा दो, ये किसी भी काम के नहीं है हमारे। नहीं साहब, ऐसा जुल्म मत करो साहब, इन पेड़ों को मत काटो साहब। अरे क्यों नहीं काटे, बेकार में ही खड़े हैं, इनको काटेंगे तभी तो हमारा होटल बनेगा और हम लाखों का फायदा कमा सकते हैं। सुनो साहब, हम आपको कुछ बताना चाहेंगे साहब, पर पेड़ों को न काटो साहब। अरे तुम क्या हमें बताओगे? क्या हमें तुमसे सीखना पड़ेगा कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं करना चाहिए? नहीं साहब, ऐसा नहीं साहब, ये पेड़ हमारे बहुत काम के होते हैं साहब, इन्हें न काटो साहब। ठीक है, पर ऐसा क्या है इन पेड़ों में जो तुम हमें पेड़ काटने से रोक रहे? जरा हमें भी तो बताओ, हम भी तो जाने। जी साहब, जरा सोचो साहब, अगर ये वृक्ष ही नहीं होते तो हमें ताजी सांसें और समय पर पानी कैसे मिल पाता? पानी? वो कैसे? साहब, इन वृक्षों की बदौलत ही तो ये मौसम होता है और तभी हमारा जीवन संभव हो पाता है। सोचो साहब, अगर ये वृक्ष ही नहीं होंगे तो इनकी लकड़ियों के बगैर हम कुर्सी में अलमारी के लिए लकड़ियां कहां से लाएंगे? उफ, कितना पॉल्यूशन हो रहा है। देखो साहब, अगर ये वृक्ष ही नहीं होंगे तो हमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को ऑक्सीजन में कौन बदल के देगा, जिससे कि हम सबको एक नया जीवन मिलता है। ओह, तो ये बात है। कितनी धूप है साहब, गर्मी की धूप में भी इन बेजुबान पशु पक्षियों को और आने जाने वाले राहगीरों को धूप से बचाने के लिए जगह कहां से मिलेगी? बात तो तुम ठीक ही कहते हो रामू, हम वृक्षों को नहीं काटेंगे। वृक्ष हमारे बहुत ही काम की चीज होती हैं। अच्छा किया रामू जो तुमने समय रहते मेरी आंखें खोल दी। अब मैं एक पेड़ काटूंगा तो 5 पेड़ लगाऊंगा इस जमीन पर, जिससे कि हमारी प्रकृति और हमारा जीवन सुखमय बना रहे। हम तो ऐसे ही बस। धन्यवाद रामू जो तुमने समय रहते हमारी आंखें खोल दी। नहीं साहब, धन्यवाद की कोनो जरूरत नहीं साहब, हम तो ऐसे ही आपसे बताना चाह रहे थे साहब। जब रहेगी सुरक्षित हमारी धरा,
तभी तो होगा हमारा जीवन हरा भरा।
प्रकृति हमारा अनमोल खजाना है।
आज से और अभी से हमने ये प्रण ठाना है,
जो काटेंगे एक तो लगाएंगे पेड़ 5,
तभी हम सबके जीवन पर न आएगी आज।
ये संदेश रेडियो उड़ान द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
To more info, keep listening and keep enjoying with
रेडियो उड़ान,
a flight of life.